You're watching Monty TV. I'm Jackie Karsh, sitting down now with Krishna Gade. He's the co-founder and CEO of Fiddler Labs, an enterprise startup. Thanks so much for talking with me.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me here.
What is Fiddler Labs and what are you guys working on?
Yeah, at Fiddler, we are trying to build an explainable AI platform for the enterprise. Our mission is to really build trust into AI and help enterprise companies build, responsible AI products for their end consumers. If you think about AI today, it's a huge black box for humans. We don't really know how it works, how it makes predictions, how it makes decisions. Fiddler makes AI transparent and therefore trustworthy for all the enterprises.
Where did you get the idea from?
So I used to be an engineer working at Facebook. I was working on the newsfeed product. Part of the problem was we were using a lot of machine learning and AI for ranking content in newsfeed. And eventually that became a black box. And so my role was to build a platform that demystified how newsfeed worked internally so that developers can improve the product and improve the machine learning models and AI models that were powering newsfeed. And so having worked on that platform project, I felt that there's a huge need to actually democratize explainability for across the enterprise. And we started Fiddler late 2018.
Why can't you just open up the black box?
Yeah, so unlike traditional software, AI products are not written in a declarative programming language that a developer could read line by line and understand it. An AI system is essentially a pattern recognition system that is processing the data and recognizing patterns and encoding it in arcane structures that humans cannot really understand. So this is where Fiddler comes in. Fiddler basically lays itself on top of these model artifacts and demystifies them, helps humans really probe into how the models are working. Say, for example, a bank is trying to use AI to assess credit risk of loan applications. You really want to know why a system is denying someone's loan application, why someone's loan application is getting accepted. With an AI black box, it's really hard to answer that question. With Fiddler, you can really pinpoint and answer questions like, this particular loan was approved for this reason, this particular loan was denied for this reason. That's like one use case, and it's generally applicable across a variety of other use cases.
We don't really think about after a company has incorporated AI, what happens then? So you're targeting it after the fact, after they've updated their software, so to speak. What happens when you kind of let the train go?
Absolutely, and I think we would argue that you should think about these risks around deployments of AI even before you deploy them. And we have seen, bad incidents happen when companies rolled out their AI products without checking into whether those products are carrying bias or whether they can actually explain how the products work to their customers. For example, we were all familiar a couple of years ago when Apple launched their credit card, when customers were facing potential gender bias in terms of how the credit limits were being set. And they complained to the corresponding bank. The customer support department said, we don't know, it's just the algorithm. So you want to avoid those risks when you are developing your AI products. So therefore, a tool like Fiddler really helps your machine learning teams to build AI right from the word go. Even when you're building models, you can use Fiddler to understand how the model is being built. And then when it comes to deployment, you can then monitor the model continuously so that you can prevent any further risks that might happen to your customers, to your organizational reputation, to your your business operations perspective.
And unpack any of those biases.
That's right, exactly. Not just bias, but also like, is this AI working optimally for your business? Is it actually approving good loans versus bad loans? Is it detecting the fraud correctly? Is it accepting the right type of resumes? Is it doing the right kind of clinical diagnosis? You really want to monitor your AI systems to make sure they're continuously operating at a certain desired accuracy level that you want.
It's like having a supervisor, just watching over the product to make sure it's functioning at full capacity in the right way.
Absolutely, we're all used to monitoring systems, right? Monitoring our traditional applications, servers, app databases, networking. This is no different. When AI is a new software artifact that is going into enterprise. So you need to monitor how it works and you need to understand how it works.
And we can't just let it run on its own. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.